Welcome to Swifties at Midnight. We're Anne,
And Stephanie.
and we're so excited to have you join us. We're here to keep you in the lavender haze with the latest updates in Taylor's world and discuss the amazing love and light and poetry she brings to all of us. Make sure to stay by subscribing, and don't forget to share with all your fellow Swiftie friends. Hey
Yay,
guys!
hi. I'm so glad you're back.
Me too. It was miserable being sick for like a full 8 days.
That is that's rough.
It was rough.
I don't normally like when I get sick, it's usually in and out like pretty quick. But there have been times where things hit me super duper hard like that. And that's rough. Were you just like dying to get out and like be normal
I
again?
was. I haven't been able to go to my yoga class since I can't
No.
breathe and I don't want to get people sick. So I've been really itching to get back to that so I don't feel like a bump on a log. And it's like my alone time, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna get back and the people at the yoga studio are gonna be like, "Anne, we haven't seen you in so long." And we're like, "I'm sorry."
Hey, they'll thank you. They will thank you for
They
not
will they
bringing
will
the
thank me
sickness
for
to
not
them.
getting them
Yeah.
sick. Uh, but yeah, I'm happy to be back and not be sick. And thank you for filling in while
Yeah.
I was down and out.
Yeah. Obviously, I missed you, but it's kind of fun
You looked
to
so
do an
good in
episode.
that last episode with your
Ah,
fancy
thanks.
jacket and your hair all
If I ever
curly.
get to posting the episodes on YouTube, you guys can go see that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I'm sorry. They will be there very, very soon. They will.
Stephanie's
This
a
is me putting it
busy
out into the
lady.
world saying that it's gonna happen.
Like the Sabrina Carpenter song, you're a busy woman.
Yeah, it never ends over here, but that's important to me, so it will happen. Okay, well, we've kind of had like a few weeks of not much Swiftie news, but we kind of have a little bit
It's
this
picking up a
week.
little.
We have some fun things to talk about.
Yeah, nothing like direct Taylor,
Mhm.
but if there's anything good that Taylor fans are good at like grabbing on at, it's finding Taylor connections everywhere or just pulling
Yes.
stuff out.
Any little like crumbs that we get,
hmm
we'll do
Um,
something.
I think you talked about this a little bit last week, but the Fearless cardigan is arriving to people. Not
Yeah.
to me yet. It was supposed to get here today, and I was so excited because I thought I was gonna be able to wear it on the podcast. I have to wear the Lover cardigan, which actually I love so much. The hearts are so cute.
It's so cute. And
It's
I wore
so cute.
my Midnight's one
Mhm.
to try and match you if you did get yours today. But no,
Next time I'm wearing
tomorrow,
it.
hopefully. By
Yes.
the time this airs, you will most likely have it.
Yes.
Maybe you can post a video on
Oh,
Instagram
I
or
should. I
something. Yeah,
should.
yeah, yeah.
I'm always so proud of my cardigans. People are liking it a lot better in person than on the website.
Oh, good.
I think you mentioned that you didn't like that you thought the stars and the lines on it were green.
Yeah, they
Uh,
looked, all that embroidery looked like
mhm.
forest green to me, and I was so excited. And I jumped on the website, and my size was sold out. And these run so
So
big,
big.
so big. And so I was like, I can't do a medium large. That's going to be huge. Um, and so I kind of hesitated. And then I was looking at the pictures and I was like, oh, it's brown. And it's funny because I've kind of been having like a neutral moment where
Mhm.
everything's neutrals, but like I just don't know. That just like turned me off. And maybe I shouldn't have hesitated. Maybe I should have just done it. I don't know. But it wasn't for me. Is it, it wasn't calling to me. So
Mhm.
I gotta wait for the next cardigan that calls to me.
Yeah, a lot of people. It was very divisive cardigan. A lot of people were either like, it's my favorite cardigan, or this cardigan is so ugly and I hate it. I think it's so cute. I'm a sucker for stars everywhere though, so
Yeah. No, I'm
can't wait.
I'm excited for you to get it and see it and tell us what you think for
Yeah, and
sure.
it's gonna be my first cardigan of that cut, because like Lover and Folklore and oh my goodness, I'm blanking. What's my other one? Lover, folklore, and
You
I'm
have
in my
another
closet.
cardigan?
I have one other one. Lover, folklore, and
I feel like I know too, and
maybe
I can't remember. We need you to do a tour of your cardigans.
I'm literally in my closet right now, but I don't know where it is. The other cardigan that I have is also this cut where it's a little slouchier. The sleeves don't come together bunched. It's a looser knit, but the Fearless cardigan is the same cut as TTPD and Midnight.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a little
Which
shorter. Um, and
it's
so
pretty slouchy.
it's still slouchy. It's still
Yeah,
slouchy.
like this is a small
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Oh,
cute.
this is a medium large and it's pretty huge, but I like the slouchiness of
It's
it.
cozy. I
It is
will
cozy. It feels like a
on that
dress.
note, I am really warm and I'm not gonna
Oh.
keep wearing this. My office gets so warm. And yeah, we're
You
gonna
have a
we're
cute
gonna
shirt
be in this.
underneath it.
It's cute. I did that on purpose because I knew I was gonna get warm. So there you go.
But yes, I'll probably make a video with my new Fearless cardigan with the pretty spring trees and flowers in the background.
Yeah, so excited. And yeah, you gave me a garden tour today on Snapchat. And it was
The
so beautiful where you
lilies
are.
and um the bluebells are blooming.
Hmm.
The peonies are about to. So, well, one of them.
So exciting. Anyway,
Moving on
back to Taylor Swift.
to something a little less fun, but also kind of like about time. Um, if the sources are true, because I guess nothing is totally confirmed. Um,
Allegedly.
Everything is alleged right now, but according to, and again, sources here are, mm, but according to the Daily Mail, so this is why I say
This
sources
is our
are,
source. Yeah.
um, Taylor has sent a cease and desist to Kanye regarding his just tweets in general, but what really um and I say tweets and not like X's, just to be defiant. Um
I hate it too. I think it's the
It's the
stupidest
sweetest
change.
thing
Why did we have
ever.
to do that?
Yeah.
It'll be Twitter always. So sorry.
Always, always be the bird. Um, but she sent a tweet and a cease and desist to Kanye, in regards to specifically what spurred it on was apparently um some really vulgar tweets that Kanye put out in regards to basically essaying Taylor. I wouldn't even go into it in particular. Kanye's always been vulgar, but it's too far. I don't know why people platform Kanye. I don't care how
I
good
don't
his
either.
music is. He literally released shirts with Nazi symbols on them. So,
I
uh
w forgot to bring this up to you. I'm so happy she, well, hopefully did do that.
allegedly.
Allegedly. I forgot to bring this up to you. I actually saw this video earlier today. There's this comedian, his name, oh, I don't know. Oh, Mike Glazer is his name. I don't know if there's any relation to Nikki Glazer. I have no idea, but he's a comedian. And on Instagram, he posted a video of him making fun of one of Kanye's shirts. Uh, I He might be Jewish, and I'm not sure if he is or not, this comedian.
Hmm.
And so I don't know. He made a joke about these shirts,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna mess this up. Somebody somebody reposted it. Uh, do you care if I watch this video really quick and you can just
Through the magic of editing, we'll just
yeah, through the magic
bring
of
it right
editing.
back around.
Yeah.
And we're back.
And see, no, so this guy, he made a joke about Kanye's shirts. Kanye found it on Instagram and posted it on his Twitter. And then he said Nazis in the beginning, and I didn't know the shirts were of Nazi symbols, the swastika. And so the literal Nazis that follow Kanye West came to this guy's Instagram and started posting a bunch of horrible things on his Instagram. But he had an army of Swifties that were following him because he had this old joke about loving Taylor Swift's Eras Tour movie. And all the Swifties found out that oh my gosh, I skipped something important. Elon Musk took Kanye's posts down and Kanye quit Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And then um, all the Nazis came over to this guy's Instagram and was beating him up here, and all of the Swifties came to his like defense, basically. But then it happened in real life at one of his shows where somebody came and started calling him all these anti-Semitism names and horrible things. And he was like, "You just need to leave." But he just requested that the Swifties come to his shows so we can like stand up for him there too.
I love that. There
Ah,
is nothing like Female Rage, the musical, to really just bring out that righteous indignation.
yes, absolutely.
And he said we can all fight fascism together. So
Yes. And I definitely think the Swifties are ready to help do that as well. Um, but while I love this story and I think it's great, I do feel like there is a possibility that Kanye actually quit Twitter because he also got a cease and desist letter from Taylor Swift. So I'd like to think that both things are true and that both led to his decision to leave Twitter and shut up. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was really interesting. I don't know how much of this you really want to leave in here and talk about, but I love the Swiftie community, and I think it's fun when we kind of all show up and
it can be
fight
used for
bullying.
good and it can be used for evil. Daddy, I love him. The story behind Daddy, I love him is a good reason. The open letter to Taylor Swift about who she should date. And while I do not think that she should have been dating Maddie Healy, not my business.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of like says it in that song, like it's
Yep.
what I want, and you guys all think I'm crazy, but I don't care.
And she figured it out eventually.
She did. She did. Well, yeah, let's pray that we don't hear any other derogatory, disgusting, bullying things from Kanye West ever again. That would be great.
I'd love for him to fall into obscurity. Be great. Moving forward, Record Store Day happened this last Saturday. Taylor released a 7-inch vinyl of Fortnite. It's cute little white vinyl. Um, it of course was limited stock, sold out pretty quickly. Record Store Day. I had no idea about it until
Really?
this year.
Oh,
Sh
yeah.
she didn't end up doing anything for it last year.
Hmm.
People felt a little underwhelmed, I guess, just because they didn't want another version of Fortnite. But I think Swifties always want more and more and more. People were like, I was really hoping for Midnight's 3 a.m. edition on vinyl since that's never been on vinyl,
Mm.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like when you have certain expectations or when you think about what you want in when it's not really like a guarantee, it's you're always going to be disappointed, you know? Which
Yeah.
is why when we have all these theories about when Rep TV is going to come out and then it doesn't come out, we're
Yeah.
disappointed.
Well, and us Swifties, we have the big goals, right? We have
Hmm.
big expectations.
Yes.
which are either Rep TV, Debut TV, or TS12.
TS12. Well, speaking of TS12, a
I did that so good.
sweet you did. A
I
Swedish
segued us so beautifully.
violinist. You segued us right
Sorry,
in
sorry.
onto that. No, it was perfect. A Swedish violinist named Erik Arvinder, I probably said that horribly wrong, um, has reported on working on TS12, which, if, for those of you who don't know, Taylor Swift, the 12th Taylor Swift album. And this is not just a rumor or like he said, she said type thing. It was actually posted on Universal Music Group Sweden.
Yeah.
So it's who distributes Taylor's music just in Sweden. So it's totally a reliable source. But what's funny is the post was deleted not that long after. So somebody made a mistake.
Oops.
But
Or did they?
everything, oh yeah, Taylor was like, let's just tease him a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, Everything is on the internet forever. Like you post it for 5 seconds,
Oh,
it comes back up. So
and especially if it's about Taylor Swift, you know somebody screenshotted that the second they saw it, like within milliseconds.
hmm. So
Um,
I love that we have some little crumbs of Taylor working on TS12 apparently early this year is what he said.
yeah.
So it's been going for a bit. Um, People are, I don't know, people are so funny. Again, having expectations, and maybe expecting too much. I saw some people complaining that, oh, we're gonna get TS12 before we get Rep TV.
You guys, it
Guys!
takes time. It's probably a couple of years in the making. We're not going to see this album right away. I think because you sent me those TikTok videos, and I think at the end of one of them they were like, we might be seeing it soon. And I was like, no, we won't. No, we won't.
Takes a
She's just
while.
barely working on it.
Mhm.
So calm down. It's
I
exciting to
love,
know it's coming, but we just don't know
yeah, yeah, it's exciting that there's an acclaimed violinist on it because I wonder if that means that there's some particularly intricate violin on it, perhaps, that will be featured heavily in a song. I don't know, violin evokes such a like certain feeling.
when.
Um, that was exciting to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
very exciting to me too. So, yeah, we're gonna have something, but it's just gonna be a minute. And we can pray to the snake rep gods that we will get that really soon. Oh, we've had quite a good amount of Swiftie news, but we also are celebrating this week on the 19th is the 1 year anniversary of when we got the Torture Poets Department officially. And we want to take the time to go over it and because we weren't doing this podcast last year when it came out. And we wanted to kind of relive our experience. And it's been really fun talking about
mhm.
it and like thinking about how it all happened and how we felt. And so that is today's topic today. What could be better? What could be better than the Tortured Poets Department? I don't know.
Well, let's see. So, the Torture Poets Department came out April 19th, 2024, and this episode is airing on the 17th. So,
Hey.
almost exactly 2 days off. Um, the announcement was at the Grammys just what, 2 months before.
She was like,
I
and
was like,
we
Taylor's
didn't
out here
know what the
throwing
peace
up
sign
peace
was.
signs. Oh, so cute. Yeah, she was up accepting what album of the year,
Yeah, for
and
Midnights.
she was thanking everybody. And she, threw up her peace sign and said, and I'd like to announce my album, Tortured Poets Department. And she threw up her little peace sign, which
So
I just thought was
epic.
so funny. I remember talking to my friend Haley, and I was like, that's so millennial of her to throw up a peace sign.
Oh, naive little Anne. No, I had
Um,
no clue. I didn't
we were
know. We
all
were supposed to
convinced
pick up on
that
things like that.
I don't know, pick up on things like that. But we were all convinced that she was gonna do Rep TV. But
Yeah.
we were just so thrown off. We were all expecting a new album announcement that nobody expected. Tortured Poets Department, and everybody was thrown off by the name.
Yeah.
But quickly picked up on the reference to the group chat of Joe Alwyn and his friends, which is the Tortured Man's Department, I think is what it's
I
called. Did you not
wait,
know
I
that?
haven't heard this.
hmm
Wait, how
Uh,
did we know about that? That's wild.
it supposedly it was something from Taylor's inner circle. That's where we get, little bits like this. But yeah, the tortured man's department is, let me make sure I'm getting the full name right here. Because people saw it and were like, wait, I know that. That's familiar. No, Tortured Man Club. That's what it was, not department. Tortured Man
Tortured
Club
Man
chat.
Club chat.
Yeah, that was Joe Alwyn's chat. That apparently he had with his friends. And everybody brought that up, and everybody was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be so good." And everybody started making videos. It was like, Joe Alwyn, what did you do to her?
Haven't I seen any of this?
I am just chronically online. But yeah, that was hilarious. The Tortured Man Club. Um, also, that's really cringy. I hate using that word because I'm a millennial and a lot of the things I do get referred to as cringy too. But Tortured Man Club, that's
That's
pretty
that's
cringy.
pretty cringy. That brings so much more meaning to the song, The Tortured Poets Department.
hmm You left
He
your
left your
typewriter in my
typewriter.
apartment.
What? Is she talking
Oh.
about his phone, maybe? I don't know. That's wild to me.
Mhm. Who uses
Uh,
typewriters anyway?
yeah.
Oh man. Uh, and then the track list was released not too long
Yes,
after that.
I forgot about that.
And
And we
again,
were
yeah, we were
tearing it
gagged.
apart. Yes.
Well, things like when you look at the track list, things like My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite
I know.
Toys,
Everything
So
is so
Long
long, too.
London. Oh yeah. Fresh Out the Slammer. Um all these songs that just allude to just terrible things.
Mm-hmm.
Um the variants, the albatross, the
Yeah.
bolter.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even have the anthology songs yet.
Yeah.
But all these songs titles that just like some of them were just like really depressing and sad, and then others were really unhinged, like
Yeah.
Guilty as Sin or Fresh Out the Slammer, Florida with three exclamation
Florida,
points.
right? Why does it have so many exclamation points? I remember people like trying to dissect that
hmm
before it even came out.
And two
Um,
features, Post Malone
yes.
and Florence Welch.
Yes. And that was so exciting. I about lost my mind when I saw Florence Welch on there because I love her so much. And I do also love Post Malone. But I have loved Florence for so long. Before we got the track list though, they set up a big like museum-like installation in LA that had all these different little clues and stuff on shelves that you could just go and visit. which I
Wasn't
never
that the
did.
day before?
We didn't know the track names. We didn't know because there were all these little clues and hints of,
No,
I
we
don't,
knew the track names.
well, maybe we
We
should
knew
look.
the track names
I
for like a
did.
month. Remember, we watched when you came to visit over just before Easter, we watched a video where that girl rated all the track names.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe you're right. Um, when did the TTPD LA
That
installation?
was like 2 or 3 days before the art installation. Because I just about hopped in
Okay.
my car and drove 7 hours. But I was like, no, I got stuff I need to do. I can't just
Okay.
drive 7 hours
Maybe
to
I
LA.
am totally wrong and I am so sorry because you're right. It came out that was from April 16th to the 18th. So that was literally right before the launch. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
But
think
there
we
was
got
a
the
lot
track
of
list like a
lyrics.
month. But
Yeah.
there was a ton of lyrics
Yeah.
in that art installation that we didn't have. Like
Even when they're
even
made to wait.
statues crumble if they're
Even
made to wait.
statues crumble when they're made to wait. Yeah.
Taylor's birthday
Uh,
was in there at some
uh,
point. There was a lot of little things.
there was a pin on a place. Was it on
Yeah, there was a
Florida
pin on a
or was it on
map.
Paris?
Ooh, good
Do you
question.
remember that globe?
Oh, I need to go watch videos of the art
Oh
installation.
no.
Um, because that was full of stuff. And now that I know exactly what it means,
All
I can
right.
go watch all the people walking around the art installation, which, by the way, the line for that was so long.
I remember. Um, yeah, I had just seen like some influencers videos. I gotta find this map, but we can keep talking while I'm looking for it.
People waited for hours to see that art installation. You also mentioned there were murals out with QR codes
Hmm.
that led up to more clues for the Tortured Poets Department. Apple Music had playlists of the stages of grief that Taylor had curated of all her different songs. Um, oh goodness, see if I can
And
remember the
and
stages of
Taylor decided what songs went into each playlist,
yeah.
and they were some of them were like, "Excuse me, that
Mm-hmm.
belongs. Are you sure that belongs?"
Lover being in denial. I think Glitch or Sweet Nothing might have been in denial, something like that too. But yeah, denial, bargaining, anger, acceptance was at some point. Acceptance was the only one that I was like, if I want to be in a good mood, I can listen to acceptance. Each of the playlists had a lyric from one of the songs.
Hmm.
Um, I remember I Love You, It's Ruining My Life was from Fortnite was the one that I was like, oh God.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, like
hmm
so
And
many stab to the hearts.
hmm knew the album was gonna
Okay,
absolutely destroy me.
can confirm the pin on the globe is on Florida. So
Okay, that makes sense.
that was pretty easy one.
Um, oh, I remember the puzzles in each of the Apple Music songs where
Yes.
I don't have Apple Music, so my friend Haley went and solved all the puzzles and told me what was in it, but
Nice.
remind me what the puzzles were each day or week or
So you had to find which Taylor Swift song had capital letters in it
uh
in random places. And it's literally you didn't know what song it was going to be. It was different every day. And then once you figured out what song it was, which there is an army of Swifties
hmm
figuring this out, and so it would be posted online like immediately as soon as it
hmm
happened. But she has so many songs, we had to like fish through what songs. I was
hmm
trying really hard to not be online and like I wanted to do it. I wanted to
hmm
discover it myself. And my kids were really involved in it too. They
Aw.
thought it was so fun. So once you found what song was had capital letters in the wrong places, then you had to go through and write all those letters down and figure out what it said. And I'm really bad at like unpuzzling things, and so I sometimes cheated and went online. But
I remember avoiding that, and my friend Haley would go find all the capital letters, and if she couldn't figure it out immediately, then she'd send it to me. And I
yeah,
remember helping her figure out, we hereby conduct this postmortem.
and like, what is that?
A
What
postmortem?
is that? I know what
Oh, okay,
postmortem.
duh, of course you know what a postmortem is.
I married to a mortician. Um, but like,
Why is that there?
what? Why is this one of your lyrics, Taylor? Like, why? Or also, what are we conducting post death? Like, I don't understand.
Immediately, I was like, this is about a breakup.
Oh, for sure. But it's just the strangest way to like say
hmm
something,
Oh,
right?
I
And
knew this album from reading that. I was like, this is gonna be the most depressing album.
yeah, yeah, it's about death. It's about a death, right? And
hmm
really, she revisits that so many times in the songs. Um, some of them becoming my absolute favorites, and we'll get into that
Mm,
later. But yeah, that was so exciting to find. I think Glitch was the very first song they did that to. And so it was
that
like,
makes sense.
oh, glitch. Yeah, there's a glitch in the system. We need to figure out what it is. And then, yeah, from there on, we had to just kind of search. And I'm sure the songs had a meaning behind why it was that one or whatever, but
hmm
I wasn't smart enough to figure that one out. Um, yeah, there were so
So
many
fun.
things that she was intentionally putting out there for us to like, hey, here you go. Now
hmm
figure it out.
Right.
Instead of being like her little peace signs
Yeah.
or like wearing red or whatever, Um, she
The
was like,
hype
hey,
up,
here you go.
the hype up for this album was so good. It was
Oh,
unprecedented.
yes.
There was so much to do.
Yeah. And we were all just so freaking excited.
And
So
it
excited.
made the release one of the biggest ever, if
Yeah.
not possibly the biggest ever, like the most
Of
streams.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Of all her albums or of ever, period.
Let me check
I don't,
on that.
yeah, we'll check on that. Now, word from our
BRB.
sponsors that doesn't exist.
Yes. The Tortured Poets Department is the album with the most first day streams, with 314 million streams on April 19th, 2024.
Nice.
So, I mean, all that hyping up really paid off. I was so excited. Obviously, you were really excited. We were all so excited. There was so much mystery around it
Mhm.
that everybody I know who was a Taylor Swift fan, and people that didn't know who just watch on the internet,
We're curious.
were just so hyped up and wanted to have a listening party right when it came out.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
Me and my sister, I guess we're gonna go into this, but
yeah,
um, me and my sister FaceTimed each other because it was midnight or well,
10
10
o'clock
p.m.
your time.
Yeah, it was 10 p.m. my time. Um,
9, so I didn't have to stay up quite
I
so
know,
late
lucky
my
duck,
time.
especially later. But yeah, we were FaceTiming each other and kind of listened. We were tried our best to like press play at the same time and listen to it. And I have Apple Music, and so I had the lyrics. And I was in my theater room. I have a big like theater room in my basement, and I just had it up there with my Apple Music, and the lyrics were just like, in front of me. So I wouldn't miss a single thing. Um, and yeah, that's how we listened to it. What did you do?
My friend Haley and I were doing a screen share with sound on YouTube
Nice.
because Taylor released all the lyric videos right
Yeah,
away.
that's right.
And so we listened to them because she was like, I just gotta see all the
Mhm.
lyrics as we listen.
Yeah.
So we listened at okay, we had some technical difficulties getting everything all set up, but I
Same.
want to say around 9:30 my time. So around 30 minutes after everything came out, we listened to the album. I was so prepared. I got myself snacks. I
Yeah.
bought a new journal to write all my thoughts
Ah,
in. I set up like a little cocoon. I like
yeah.
got a big squishy beanbag chair with pillows and everything. I set up mood lighting. I was like, Jeff, don't come in here.
Yeah.
Just let me listen to this and experience it. I was so set, and we listened to the first um well, you know, the tracks that we knew about,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
then midnight, not midnight, 1 a.m. No, 2
Oh,
a.m.
it
2
would
a.m.
have been,
EST.
yes. Oh, no. It was only 2 hours later.
Yeah, so 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Eastern. You said, oh, I thought you said PST.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, EST.
Yes,
Eastern Standard
2
Time
a.m.
rolled around.
So that was
Again,
midnight
two.
mine. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Uh,
Midnight my time, 11 your time.
hmm Yeah, so it was late. And
How did it come about? Did she post it on Instagram?
it was so I remember Taylor Nation was like, we have an exciting announcement coming in like 10
Oh,
minutes or something like that.
that's right.
And we were and I was like, oh, it's totally gonna be Rep TV because this was always on my mind. And then Taylor Nation posted on Twitter and Instagram, and they were like, it's 2 a.m. and guess what? It's a double album. And we were like, okay, we're staying up. And
Yes.
then we listened to the other, what, 16 tracks, 15,
Mm-hmm.
16 tracks.
16, I think.
And we couldn't believe that we were listening to a whole other album.
Yep. Yeah. Me and my sister had like we didn't go to bed yet, but we had hung up and we were kind of doing our own thing. I was listening to all of it again, and then
Hmm
I was on Instagram because I was just trying to see people's reactions, and I saw that it must have been Taylor Nation on Instagram, and um they said that, and I was like texting, calling my sister. I'm like, Becca, you
We
have to get back on. We have to be ready for something. Like, I don't know what it is. And yeah,
Mhm.
same. Could not believe I was freaking out that there was another 15 or 16 songs and just wild. When you the very first half of the album, when you listen to it, I want to know what your first impressions were. It sounded like you kind of knew what type of album this was going to be,
Mhm.
at
I
least
was so prepared for
the
that.
words. But
Um, I my favorite song after the first listen through was Down Bad. Loved that song so much. I just like the kind of like alien feel to it. We didn't even have the visuals from the Eras tour yet,
Yeah.
and I was like, this feels, I mean, it does say beam me up, but to be fair, I thought she said, did you really beat me up? So I didn't
I
even
remember
catch
that.
that. And I was like, this feels like it's from another planet. So that was my favorite. Overall, I was just really hyped about the album. Um, I really liked Daddy, I Love Him, and Fortnite. I loved Fortnite. What about
Really?
you?
Yeah. It's interesting. Both of us kind of didn't realize we had listened to three songs already. until Down Bad started playing. And then we were like, oh, I think we listened to three songs. I mean we did because we were paying attention like to what songs were on, but they all like to me at the time, I'm like, these all kind of sound the same. Like just the first listen through of it. And then Down Bad definitely is a whole other vibe.
Oh yeah.
And I
It
loved
switched it up.
it. I loved just how she was talking about everything. And yeah, I switched it up. But we kind of stopped and talked for a second, and I was like, I kind of feel a little underwhelmed by like the music. I was kind of surprised.
Hmm.
Um, because a lot of what she did, oh, Midnight's was like so poppy and
Hmm.
catchy. And then this was like Midnight's is up here, and then Torture Postpartum was like here.
Hmm.
And it just really took me by surprise. And I wasn't sure how to feel about it. I was kind of feeling like they were starting to feel the
Hmm.
same. I do not feel that way now. Like every song is something to me. But yeah, that was my very first impression. I was just kind of like, wait, these all kind of sound the same. But the other part of that though is that we were really engulfed in the lyrics and we kind of weren't paying attention to the music. But that's kind of why we like let three songs go by and then we're like, oh, those all kind of sounded the same. Like none of those we couldn't really differentiate them between each other. Um, because we were so like paying attention to what she
Hmm.
was saying. Yeah.
I felt a little bit about that for the anthology.
Yeah.
When that came out, I was like, oh, a lot of these songs sound more similar. I really loved Cassandra,
Hmm.
and The Prophecy. I feel like they go together really well.
Yeah.
Um, but it was one of those things where once I finished listening, I think, like you said, I remember thinking like, I need to listen to this album again and again and again. And I think I listened to the whole double album probably 5 times that day.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I just had it on repeat
You
while I was
same.
working, but also I listened to it in the car, and just like any moment that I was
Yeah.
by myself and not talking to
Yeah.
somebody, I
Same.
was listening to it and
Same.
really trying to take in the lyrics.
Mm.
Uh, but listening to it like the 20th time is way different than listening to it the first time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because you're like, oh, this one. Yeah, the words of this one mean something to you all of a sudden.
Hmm.
I remember the first song that really was getting to me was LOM. Oh my gosh, why can't I say it? LOML.
I feel like it's easier just to say loss of my life.
Yes, yeah. Because that's the last line, right? And you're like, loss of my life. Oh my gosh, Taylor. Oh my gosh. And then how did it end? That one took me
Mm.
out. I was like next to crying because I'm like, she feels this way. This is
Hmm.
how she feels. And I am so heartbroken for her. And it's just like, how did this end? Like another, like, it's happening again, it was the biggest thing. It's
Hmm.
like, oh, I can't believe it's ending again. Like another one is ending again. And you can just
Hmm.
feel her
Oh
grief
yeah,
in it.
the women feverishly talking to their cousins and their husbands and
Yeah.
um the line about the empathetic hunger descent.
Uh-huh.
Just yeah, that song really got to me. And Cassandra, I feel
Oh
like it's
my
a really
gosh.
underappreciated song.
No, I love
But
Cassandra.
in high school and college, I was really, really into Greek mythology. So when I saw the title of Cassandra, I was like, I bet you that's about the mythology figure, Cassandra, who is destined to be able to tell the future, but nobody believes her.
You told me that when we saw the track list. I remember you telling me that.
Mhm. And
Uh,
then when it came
so
up and we were listening to lyrics, I was like, yes, I know it.
yeah, yep. She knows her.
Her literature
Her
is
literature.
crazy.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, such a crazy listen through night. I remember just being so hyped, and yeah, we had it on blast constantly. I had to find the edited version ASAP because I was making my kids listen to it. And yeah, Down Bad needed to be edited.
I am all for just screaming swear words out at the top of my lungs, but
Same.
I
Same.
think um the clean version of I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is actually a little catchier.
Yeah, it's a little clever. You have to like take the break a little differently of how you sing it.
Yeah.
And but so is Down Bad.
Yeah, Down Bad too.
Yeah, what if I can't
What
have
if
him?
it actually changes the meaning a
It
little bit.
does, yeah.
And
And it
I
kind of
think it's clever. So like
yeah, so I
sometimes
love
I'm
how
all
she
down
did
for it.
both. There's
Hmm.
only one song that it like just bleeps out. Or it
Hmm.
doesn't bleep, but just like edits out a swear
Hmm.
word. I can't
Hmm.
remember which
Just like
song it is.
removes it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, anyway, I love when I'm alone, I definitely would prefer to listen to swear
Hmm.
words. Yeah.
But like
Um,
sometimes I'll find myself singing what if I can't have him, and then I'll be
yeah.
like, oh no, and then just sing the original lyrics. But like Down Bad is depending on the mood I'm in, like sometimes it's just a
Yeah.
little catchier to do the clean version.
It's either angry or kind of more sad.
Yeah, like what am I feeling in the moment? Again, I have a no problem swearing, but sometimes it's just a little catchier one way or the other.
Yeah. Okay, I have to bring this up. I feel like I've brought this up and nobody knows what I'm talking about, but I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about. When I first heard The Alchemy, I
Mm.
was like, wait, this sounds exactly like an AI written song that went viral about Travis
Oh, yeah,
Kelce.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about?
um, yes, yes, yes. I loved it because I just thought it was the most hilarious thing. It was like Travi, I'm so happy Travi won the big game.
Yeah, yes.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And then we're singing The Alchemy, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like she took that song and made a song out of it because it was like talking about the same things, sounded the same. It almost sounded like an AI Taylor Swift singing. And I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, I'm so happy Travi won the big game. And then it went on to be like, because Taylor Swift doesn't date losers or something like that. Yeah,
Yes, it
I
was
do
so funny.
remember that. I thought it was so funny. I actually was just because in my head I had hyped up The Alchemy. I was like, this is gonna be my favorite song. It's gonna be about this
Mm.
and this. Um, and because I had expectations of something certain, and then it was kind of like Taylor's cheesy love song to Travis, which is not a bad thing. It's just girls in love. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
and it was one of the bright spots in the album, but because it wasn't what I expected it to be, I was a little disappointed in the
Yeah.
alchemy. Now I can like jam along and it's fun. But like when it first
Yeah.
came out, I was like, this is not what I expected. This is cute. I am so happy that she is happy, but this is not what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a new Willow or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
A
but it
witchy song because
yeah, I thought it was gonna be a
the
witchy
alchemy.
song, and it
Hmm.
wasn't. And again, that's
Yeah.
my fault for having certain expectations. Um,
But
but
also, it's Taylor's fault for giving us the names of the songs before we hear them. Because we're going to make things into whatever we want to make them to be. Um, it's so funny, though, because I tried to find that song to compare the two after the album came out. I couldn't find it anymore. I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I'm like, seriously? did she seriously take this song and then like remove that one from the internet? Because they
No.
sound so similar. And I could be making that up in my head, but I want to know if you find
Travi
it, because
made it
you're
to
really
the
good at finding
beat.
things and I'm shit at it.
Wait, wait.
You found it.
Kelsey being my last name. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that so
And
clearly.
people were like, "Is this real?" But yeah, and then she goes and sings about how, "Where's the trophy?" He just comes running over to me like we just we're singing about the Super Bowl. And it sounds like similar vibes anyway. I thought that was
Yeah.
so funny. But also I was kind of like, huh?
Yeah. I remember that coming on and me and my friend Haley being like, oh, it's about sports. Oh, okay.
Oh, so funny. It's great. I mean, sports,
It's cute.
especially football, has been a part of Taylor's life for a very long time before
Oh
Travis Kelce
yeah.
came along. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your current favorite songs? Let's give you, I put two categories that you can change this however you want. What's your favorite song to sing? And what's your favorite, the best written song? So not necessarily the
Hmm.
most catchiest song, but in your opinion, the best written songs.
To sing, I just love singing Fortnite. I know it's so basic. It's the first single that came out with it, but it's just so fun to sing. Um, Your wife waters flowers. I
I
wanna
want
kill
to-
her.
Yeah, I know,
Like
right?
I love singing along to that. I'm on the phone booth, Posty's down there, it's all perfect. Best written, that's really hard because a lot of them are really
I
well
know.
written. Um, uh, The Prophecy is really well written.
Mm,
And So
that one
Long
makes
London
me
is
want to
really
cry.
cleverly written.
Mhm.
Where I mean, she has a line that is basically like keep calm and carry on. I thought that was so clever. Because that's so British.
Yeah,
Um, and she worked that into So Long London. Um, but how maybe it's How Did It End? That's so hard. Uh, how did it end? I think it's really hard to choose. How did it end? How did it end?
that was going to be my pick because yeah, that's where she brings in all the things about death and compares them, to
Hmm.
what she's going through. And that really was like the biggest blow one to me. I yeah, the more I listen to How Did It End, the more I'm like, oh, I don't even feel this type of anguish in love, but nor have I ever.
Wait, wait, wait. Can I change my favorite to sing?
Yeah. Wait,
Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
what did you say?
I was gonna say Fortnite was my
Oh,
favorite
yeah,
to
you did
yeah,
say that.
but I've changed it to The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Yeah,
And
for
I have the
sure.
Eras tour to thank for that.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
always pretend I'm being
yeah.
shot.
She's so dramatic and I freaking
Oh,
love it.
dramatic. Like a scene out of Les Mis.
Uh,
What's
100%.
your favorite to sing?
My favorite to sing is But Daddy, I Love Him, for sure. Uh, that has a lot of meaning to me, has nothing to do with love or like a relationship, but just a lot of like the religious context
Hmm.
of it all.
I was gonna say the first time I listened to it, I did not pick up on Taylor being mad at us. All I picked up on was the religious overtones in it. it was definitely just like,
Oh
oh,
my
this is such a religious
gosh.
overtone song.
That is so funny you said that because I picked up on that literally today. I was singing it today. I was like, oh, Taylor's not just talking to like the wine moms or whatever, but I think we're the wine moms. Hannah's and Sarah's, and we're the wine moms
Mhm.
too. Yeah, that's so funny you say that because I didn't pick up on that. Literally today it hit me, but I just like don't know how she gained all of that awareness around like the religious stuff too, other than if she had gone through it right. I was talking to a friend about moving to Tennessee. It's just something
Mhm.
we're just always looking at real estate. Anyway, I was talking to my friend about moving to Tennessee 'cause she's from there, and I think this probably goes for most of the South. She's like, they're really great people, but they just have like a one-track mindset and they're not very open. And I I'm sure Taylor just like grew up around those
Mhm.
mindsets and she clearly is not that way. Um,
Being in the
and so
Bible
she
Belt.
probably had a lot. Yes, she
Mhm.
grew up around in the Bible Belt and had a lot of that around her. And
Mhm.
I'm sure she got a lot of judgment for being a
Yeah.
pop star or country
Yeah.
star or whatever from a very young age. Anyway, but just a lot of the comparisons I can super relate to. So I love that. That one's so fun to sing. I
Hmm.
It's one I could say I know every word to, but I know every word to a lot of
But do
these ones.
you know the hand movements
No,
stay the most
I don't.
judgmental? I wish I did. It's so random.
No, I will be honest. This is gonna sound so dumb. When we're watching TTPD, I mean, well, and we're gonna about to talk about this too, but the first time it came out, obviously I was like, oh my gosh. But then like every time after that, it was like, okay, I gotta go take care of something before she sings the surprise song. And so I didn't sit and watch it a lot of times, but I really should go back and learn all the, yes,
Mhm.
all of the things that she
Stay
does.
the
And it's
most
such
judgmental.
beautiful
It's so.
visuals with the like cathedral stained
Mm.
glass window on the ground. It's just so,
Mm.
so good. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that one,
speaking of,
yeah. I mean, we can get
Paris
into
Night
it.
One, um, the Eras Tour, introduced the Tortured Poets Department set list into the Eras Tour. Up until then, obviously, it hadn't been released. Tortured Poets Department came out April 19th. The Eras Tour went on hiatus sometime in March, I want to say. And so there was about a
Okay.
month and a half or so in between when it might have even been 2 full months when the South American leg, or was it the Asian leg? I think it was the Asian leg ended.
Yes.
She
And
ended
then she was
in,
prepping for the European leg.
yeah, and so there was this break in between the Asian leg and the European leg. It was about 2 months. And when she started up again in Europe, Paris Night One, everything felt so different. Of course, it started out with the same lover. Well, the lover set wasn't the same, but the first song was the same, but she was in her new orange
Yeah.
lover suit. Uh, but then all of a sudden, the archer was gone.
Yeah.
And then the sets were in a different order, and we knew something was different. And then all of a sudden, you hear the beginning of Daddy, I Love Him, and Taylor comes
Oh my
skipping
gosh.
out in her
That
dress.
crazy, like the doors and stuff floating down the screen, and then the dancers all
Mm.
come out in a
Oh, yeah,
line,
that
and
was so ominous.
they're like weird
What
white
is
jumpsuits.
this? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna admit something, and people are gonna come after me. I was driving. I was driving. I had to get to my kids' school at a certain time, but I knew it was happening and I
Okay,
had it
but you
on
do have the
YouTube.
AI assist on your car, so that helps you drive. That makes it a little better.
I do. My car tells me if I'm getting close to another car or gets out of lane. Anyway, but I was both hands were on the wheel. Okay, I wasn't like, it was over here.
I
Anyway,
pushed a meeting so that I could watch it. I work from home, so
that's incredible though. But I pulled over because I was like, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. And we knew it was happening because of how everything was different before that. And I think a lot of us just were like, hey, she just released this incredible album. How is she going to put this in? And yeah, sure enough, an entire set built around the new album. So incredible. They put in so much work to make that happen. Um, yeah, so cool. I was losing my freaking mind. I remember screaming in my car. Luckily, it was just me in my car, and I screamed. I was so excited. Uh, yeah.
just watching Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, the Down Bad Roomba that
Down
Taylor
bad
rode around
Roomba.
on.
So good.
I miss the Eras tour so
Me too. Me too. I just want to go find all the TTPD Eras Tour videos and watch them again because
yeah,
so
I
so good.
need
I
that
need
too.
a shirt, and I think Taylor Nation made a sweatshirt, but it wasn't quite what I like wanted of Taylor kneeling on the Roomba with
Uh-huh.
the alien ship above. I
Yes.
need that. I
Yes.
need that. So it's gonna happen. I just need to find the right one. Might be on Etsy or something. Oh, but that was so much fun to relive, honestly.
Happy
Such an
TTPD
incredible, yes,
anniversary.
yes. Go listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna on that day I'm gonna get my record player back out, set it up, and just listen to that on repeat. All four vinyls.
I know I have two, we both have two versions of,
I know. Well,
TTPD.
that's so funny because I was gonna say when they released the record day or record store day record, I was like, I don't need a third version of Fortnite.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really don't. And a third vinyl with Fortnite on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm sure it's really cute, but I'm good. Yeah. Um,
Shall we quiz each
well,
other?
yeah, I would love to. I think we have perfect amount of time for that.
Yeah. How about the Eras Tour quiz?
Okay.
All right. In which show did Taylor announce 1989, Taylor's
Oh, I'm gonna
version?
I'm gonna do horrible at these, but you can
Ooh.
give me the multiple
Let's see.
choice.
Las Vegas, remember what she was wearing. That might help a little bit.
Oh
Las Vegas
God.
night 1, Glendale night 2, Arlington night 3, Los Angeles night 6.
I feel like it was Glendale.
The
No,
first location?
no. That's why that sounds familiar to me. Was it LA?
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. Which that was it?
Yeah.
Okay, yay.
In which show did Taylor announce Speak Now Taylor's version? This is okay. Atlanta night 2, Nashville night 1, Philadelphia night 2, Foxborough night 3. Just think
Was
of how
it
she
Atlanta?
progressed. Atlanta? No,
I have no.
Nashville night 1.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
In which show did Taylor play Long Live for the first time on the Eras tour? Kansas City night 1, Denver night 1, Seattle night 1, Houston night 2.
What was the question again? When the first time she played Long Live?
Yeah, in which show did Taylor play Long Live for the first time on the Eras tour? Apparently, she added it in at some point.
Oh,
Kansas City night 1, Denver night 1, Seattle night 1, Houston night 2.
I don't know. I Dallas. I have no idea.
That Dallas is not an answer. Houston, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Houston.
Kansas City, night one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Maren Morris joined Taylor for Chicago night two. What did they sing?
I don't know.
80s Mercedes, Better Man, You All Over Me, or The Bones?
Better Man?
You All Over Me.
Okay.
Know that either.
I these are bad. When these are all pre-Europe and I was not
Mm-hmm.
paying a lot of attention before.
Right. In the first show of the tour, Taylor did not open Folklore with The One. What did she sing instead?
Oh, I know this one because you told me. Give me the answers
Epiphany,
though.
Mirror Ball, Peace, and Invisible String.
Invisible String.
Yes. Well, you had 2 out of 5. But the random night ones are super hard.
That was so hard. Okay. I need to quiz you on those types of things because you're
Yes.
better at that and I'm better at lyrics, but I'm going to quiz you on TTPD lyrics.
Okay, do it.
All right. Which color is not sung on TTPD and the anthology?
Ooh.
What?
Which color is not sung? What are the
I'm really trying to understand. I think you're
like
gonna,
which color is not mentioned?
yeah, you're gonna get this really fast. White, blue, green, or maroon?
Maroon.
Oh, no.
Oh no, maroon was mentioned in mentioning. Oh, what is it?
Green.
Green. Huh. Yeah, I knew white and blue. Where's maroon? No, maroon is mentioned in
It's
reference to Maroon from Midnight's. Okay.
we did a thing on that
We
song,
did.
and I forget what song it was. Oh, okay. The title of this quiz, by the way, is not TTPD lyrics. So these are things that are not in TTPD. Which name is not sung on TTPD in the anthology? Jack, Dylan, Eve, or Robin?
Eve.
Yeah. No. What?
What? Jack?
She never says Robin.
That's
It was Robin. She never says Robin. That's
the
tricky.
name. Oh, that is tricky. Where does she
Like
say
Eve
Eve?
got bitten.
Eve got bitten. Oh, I feel so
Yeah.
dumb. I got cursed like Eve got
Eve got
bitten.
bitten. Yeah.
Why did I immediately go for Eve?
Man, I did too though. I was there with you.
Oh
Okay,
man.
which number is not sung on TTPD? These are tricky. 30, 9, 6, or 50? Ah, whoa.
Whoa. Okay. That's a whew, 39, 6, or 50. Oh goodness. 30? No.
It was 9, but I was actually sold on 9 and I don't know why.
Interesting.
Um, hmm, okay,
Okay,
one
I'm gonna
more.
get 0.
Which animal is not sung on TTPD? Dragonflies, tiger, wolves, or fox?
Dragonfly?
Is that your final answer?
Dragonfly, tiger, wolves, or fox? Fox.
What's your final answer?
Fox.
It's fox. That's right. Woo! You got one.
I,
Oh, there's one
oh
left.
man. Okay.
Which direction is not
Oh my
sung
goodness.
on TTPD? North, south, east, or west?
Um, west.
East.
Oh man, there's so many lyrics on TTBD.
There are. That is hard. You got one.
Oh dear. The shame. I even listened to the whole thing
I
again
love how it's
today.
like choose
Oh, sad.
that
Oh,
that one was really hard. Um I
Oh,
have to go find out what numbers are
yeah.
it's sung in what song. And dragonflies, I couldn't figure that reference out. It felt
Hmm.
familiar, like it was there, but I can't. I gotta go find
Yeah, yeah,
out.
same.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We hope this episode made you feel like you're ready for it. Don't forget to leave a review. Your feedback never goes out of style. If you loved what you heard, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who's gorgeous. Tune in next time for more great content. Until then, stay in your wildest dreams and have a fantastic Swiftie day.
Bye.
Bye.